Hi, this is Bill Watkins. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for taking time to start your day off in Scripture. I mentioned yesterday that, in fact, so many of the advancements of civilization have been made by people who are trying to fill the emptiness where God is no longer in their life. But then you move back into verse 26 of Genesis 4, where it comes back to Seth, the one who came and basically took the place of Abel for Adam and Eve. It says, as for Seth, to him also a son was born, and he named him Enosh. Then men began to call on the name of the Lord. What does that mean? Didn't they worship prior to this? Didn't Adam and Eve worship? They even walked with God. Yes, they did. So what does it mean? Prior to this time, people prayed. Prior to this time, people called upon the name of the Lord. They did. But what this is talking about is that for the first time in history, there's a gathering. You know, as society is beginning to grow and descendants begin to grow, they begin to worship as a group. This is the first group worship that you find. So when you look at the descendants of Adam and Eve who are on the side of righteousness, what did they invent? They didn't invent it, but what did they begin to do? They began to worship. When you look at the descendants of Cain, what did they begin to do? They began to try to fill their lives with something that will give their lives meaning because they don't have God in their life at all. I love the fact that here, under these descendants, men began to worship collectively. That collective worship is so important that we can't afford to ignore it. We're not to forsake the assembling of ourselves together, but to encourage one another, and so much the more as we see the day approaching. Don't forget this week to worship God with brethren. Makes all the difference. Thanks for watching.